Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi YouTube channel. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business, no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. So please remember that Notary Educators LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Now sit back and watch Kimmi and crew, and don't forget to subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi YouTube channel for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Educators with Kimmi. Hi guys, I hope all is well. I do apologize for the delay. I was live on StreamYard, but for some reason it wasn't connected to YouTube. So what that's all about, I don't know. And I paid them good money per month. So I have to go back and find out what that's all about. But anyway, welcome to Notary Educators with Kimmi. I'm your girl Kimmi, number one notary educator / number one notary. I want to say welcome to those on YouTube and those who will listen to the replay and those who will listen to the podcast and listen to the replay, etc., etc., etc. I'm a little off right this second because it didn't go through and I'm upset about that. I had talked to her a whole 4 minutes over there. Hello, Rashante. How are you? What a beautiful name. Yeah, so I'm upset about that. I'm over there just pouring out my heart. And then I said, you know what? I don't think this is connected to YouTube. So anyway, I had to come back over here and go live on my phone, which is not what the plan was. Even though I do love the lighting on my telephone versus my laptop. But anyway, that's not what you came for. Today we are talking about how to become a notary signing agent. Why you should. I'm going to roll out my new book. Boom. You know, I got a book. This book is 4 years in the making. 4 years in the making. Become a notary signing agent. And I love this book. It is really beautiful. You know, anything I do is going to be the best, y'all. It's going to be the best. So we'll come back to the book in just a second. Rashante says, doing well. I hope you are. Yes, I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. Thank you. So let's hop right into it. We're going to talk about, is it too late to become a notary signing agent? I'm going to give you some training tips, how to be successful. And of course, we're going to roll out the new book, boom. And we're also going to talk about the mentorship program, okay? So let's get right into it. Is it too late to become a notary signing agent? No. Why? Because property is still being sold every single day. Every single day, property is being sold. Not only through loan signing companies now, they're not just focusing on loans. Now signing companies to have grown their business also. So sometimes under the same heading of being a loan signing agent, you may receive documents dealing with inheritance. You may receive notices that they just need to send out a document to someone, like serve them some papers. It is all kind of assignments that come through signing companies nowadays. It is not just loans, okay, or mortgage related products. Also, a training tip that I want to leave for you is to make sure you're a great notary. In order to become a loan signing agent and to be a great one, you have to be a great notary. Most people don't even know that you have to be a notary to be a signing agent because they hear such titles as loan signing agent or executive signing agent, all these fancy titles, right? But at the end of the day, you're just a notary that handles loan documents. So if you don't know how to notarize properly, you have no business doing business, okay? You shouldn't be trying to be a loan signing agent and you don't know what an acknowledgement is, a jurat is, how to stamp a paper. It's just as plain as that, okay? So the first tip I'm going to give you today is know how to be a great notary. Yes, you will administer oaths as a loan signing agent, okay? Because you're doing notarial duties. And if you're doing them correctly, there will be times where you're sitting at the table with someone in $1 million property, $500,000 property, and you must put them under oath. Okay? And if you're not doing that, you're not doing it correctly. I see a lot of notaries out there. They're like, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. And I know it's not happening because when I have clients, they often will tell me, oh, I never never had anyone do that before. Yes. So that may mean that you need to know how to be a proper notary before you can become a what? Boom, a loan signing agent. Okay. This is my new book for those who are just joining us. Become a notary loan signing agent. And guess what, guys? It's not that complicated. So back to, is the market over saturated? I already answered that when I said that properties are being sold every day. Loan signing companies are receiving different assignments that they're using notaries for, not just mortgage related property. But it's not oversaturated for another reason. Many notaries out there are accepting assignments, don't know what they're doing. And that is why the signings are so low. When I started almost 6 years ago, one assignment was easily $125 from a signing company. Easily. But they cannot even afford to pay that anymore because notaries don't know what they're doing. And they already know they got to pay me to go out. Well, not me. Let's start with somebody else because I know what I'm doing. They have to pay you to go out. If you don't know what you're doing, you just start signing up, taking jobs. They have to pay you. Then you're going to mess it up because you haven't had any proper training. You don't know how to notarize. Okay, no shade. But then they got to pay the next notary to go out. And more than likely, that one also doesn't know what they are doing. So then they have to call me the pro. And they already know I'm not leaving my house for $20. They already know that. So by the time they call me, it's like, you know what? We got to go ahead and pay her at least $75, at least $100. They already know that. They know who to call and who not to call. Okay. They know how important the job is. If it's something they could take a risk on, like a loan modification, yeah, let's give it to Susie. Let's give her a try. If she messed it up, we only paid her $20. Now we can pay the next person $30. Okay. Because when you see the statements, they are making all this money, right? You see the statements, the closing disclosure, the CD, you see it. So you see how much money on there. Notary made, the company made $300, but they only paid you $20 because they already know they got to pay 2 other people to go out there. Let's get a couple of comments and then we'll come back to some more conversation. Rashante says, I was looking on YouTube for a North Carolina notary and you popped up. I don't know how, LOL, but I'm so grateful. Because guess what, Rashante? Your girl teaches all 50 states. And if you missed the opening, oh, that was in the other video that went bad. The reason I could teach in all 50 states, even though I'm in the state of Georgia, is because all of your documents will not originate from North Carolina. When you are a notary, you're going to see documents from California, from Florida, from Alabama, from Jamaica, okay, from Africa, anywhere, Nigeria, okay? Your documents are going to come literally from all over the world. Literally. Pakistan, Uruguay, Mexico, right? Especially when you start doing apostilles. So you need to know as a notary how to process everything. So yes, I am physically in the state of Georgia, but most of my work is not even from the state of Georgia. The documents come from other states. So you need to know how to process anything, even if it doesn't have any notarial wording. Okay, so in my book, How to Become a Notary Signing Agent, I am going over everything you need to know how to become a successful notary signing agent. I'll go through a few other topics, and as we do, we'll do a little training, okay? We already talked about understanding notary basics. That's how to properly notarize, okay? Then you also have to know what you can do in your state, okay? All states are not created equal when it comes to notarizing loan documents. I am in the state of Georgia. There are certain documents that I will never notarize as a notary because I'm in what's called an attorney state. I do talk about that a little bit in the book. I'm going to talk about it here. An attorney state means an attorney has to be a part of that transaction some kind of way. I cannot just notarize those documents. An attorney has to explain certain documents. Okay, so that's an attorney state. So a couple of attorney states would be like South Carolina is an attorney state, okay? There are a few attorney states. So you have to look at your handbook and make sure, am I in an attorney state? And even though you are an attorney state, you can still make money because as I mentioned, most of my documents that I notarize don't even originate in the state of Georgia. They're from other states. People are selling properties in Florida, but they happen to relocate to Georgia. They're selling a property in California, but now they live here in Georgia or they're visiting Georgia on vacation. Okay, so all of your documents are not going to come from your state.